second year students. Anyhow, I have already covered the poem. Television. Today, I will discuss another poem, Money Madness. Money Madness by D.H. Lawrence, the British poet. Very critical and very serious poem. You are to listen to me, and if possible, you are to note it down. Today you mark 500 million of people, 500 millions of people are in poverty. And more than 500 people die of hunger. Starvation prevails everywhere. You find starvation, hunger, many of the chaotic conditions, and all these things are heaped together. The poet wants to point out that money is very essential today, no doubt, but it has nothing to do with the humility, the humanity, so that the poet has pointed out the dehumanizing effect, of money in this monetary world. Money plays a vital role, no doubt, everywhere, all over the world. Money has a major role, or it plays a very significant role, vital role today. But it has nothing to do with the humility, the humanity, the manhood. It has nothing to do with. But the people today are very crazy for money. They are mad for money. They are crazy for money. They have their hunger and thirst. So a type of madness has already been developed by the people today towards money. So D.H. Lawrence, being outwitted by the monetary world, the mercenary world, writes this poem in order to give you a message. I want to say a poem has a message. A poem has a moral lesson. The poem which does not have a message and a moral lesson for the society, it can never be considered as a good poem. So that is why the poet tries his best to communicate his personal feeling, to communicate the subjective feeling that has already become objective. The subjective and objective, you mark. The subjective tone of the poem has become objective. But the personal feeling, the personal idea, the personal opinion is generalized, or that is universalized. The poet has told very essential things which are very essential for us, for the society, but this thing cannot be stuck to or cannot be clung to nowadays. As a poet, he gives his opinion, no doubt. We are to accept him, but we are to accept what the essence of the poem says, what the essence of poem is. We are to accept. So that is why the poet has given rise to a lesson, a moral lesson, a message, and you are to admit that this message has something to do with the human life. I have already told you, the main focus of the poem is dehumanizing nature of the modern society, of the modern man, dehumanizing nature. Because today men have become irrational. They have no obligation for the society. They have forgotten the sense of obligation, the sense of honor. They are dehumanized in the decadent world. In the decadent world, they are totally dehumanized. So, the poet shows his grievance, puts his grievance through the poem, and you are to accept what is needed for you or what is essential for you. So the name of the poem is Money Madness by D.H. Lawrence. D.H. Lawrence, David Herbert Lawrence or David Herbert Richards Lawrence, a British writer, a powerful writer, novelist, and his personal belief, his personal opinion, his personal thing, personal view, personal idea has been generalized. Everybody is to accept his advice. The poem, it is a very big poem. The poem is written in free verse form, free verse. F-R-E-E, you come to the poem, F-R-E-E, V-E-R-S-E. The poem is written in free verse form, rhymed form, free verse form, blank verse form, many forms are there. But this poem is written in free verse form because it has certain rules. Free verse poems or free verse verses are having certain rules. Again we mark autobiographical sketch. Autobiographical sketch in the poem because The poem is not objective, rather it has something to do with the subjectivity or the subjective tone of the poem. Though the subjective tone of the poem is universalized, that is accepted by all, but still we find a subjective tone in the poem Money Madness. Madness for money, love of money, craze for money, hunger for money, thirst for money, excess love, greed for money. That is the thing the poet has pointed out. Greed for money. That will lead you towards destruction. That will lead you towards a crisis. That will lead you towards destruction. And your life will be at stake when you hanker after money, when you are greedy for money, when you have love of money. So that is why Money Madness is a different category of poem which gives you the ample example, which gives you the ample opportunity to ponder a lot, to think a lot about this monetary world, about the role of money. The role of money is no doubt important today, but the importance should not be given to money. The importance should never be given to money. If you give importance, you will be dehumanized. That means your unnecessary love of money will lead you towards the world of destruction. That is the poet's motive, or that is the poet's feeling there in the poem. So the poem is autobiographical in nature. You mark, Money Madness is written in free verse form. It is autobiographical in nature, and we find a stinging exposition. You write down. We find a stinging exposition of consumeristic world. Important. We find a stinging exposition in the poem. We find a stinging exposition of the materialistic world. Materialistic world. We cannot deny that the poet's philosophy is totally outdated. We cannot deny. We cannot say. The poet's philosophy, poet's idea is totally outdated, but it has something to do with the modern life, the 20th century man and women. It has something to do with. That is why he is toiling hard to give you a message, and you are to read the message what the poem contains, what the poem has. So this is the craze, C-R-A-Z-D. This is the craze, this is the madness, this is the lust, L-U-S-T, L-U-S-T, L-U-S-T. So this is the lust, this is the madness, or this is the craze, hunger, thirst, greed for money. But excess love is meaningless. If you hanker after money, that money will destroy you, no doubt. If you hanker after this materialistic world, this materialistic world will make you dehumanized. So, you should do what is essential. Excess love, too much of anything is bad. Too much of anything is bad. So that is the essence of the poem. Too much of anything is bad. So nowadays, the modern man, the men and women, sell their humanity They sell their sanity. They sell their sanity. They sell their humanity. They sell their humility. They sell their personality today. Only because of money. Only because of money, they sell their rationality, humility, humanity, and also they sell their morals. You mark. They sell their morals, SELL. So, the poet, being outwitted, at his wit's end, wanted to give you a moral lesson, wanted to give you a moral lesson, wanted to give the readers a moral lesson, and you are to accept what he wants to say. That is important for you. Dear students, here money madness. Money is a metaphor. METAPHOR. Money is a metaphor because it has many meanings. You mark. Money is a metaphor. It has a sedative force. It has a seductive force. It has a sedative. SEDATIV. Seductive. SEDUCTIV. So money has a seductive force, a sedative energy, a sedative force that ruins your life, that destroys your life. So you will never have any craze for money. Mind it. You will never have any craze for money. Excess money will lead you towards destruction. The poet's feeling. So, the poet wants to say, it is the maker and signifier of human worth. Nowadays, money is the maker and signifier of human worth and importance. If you have no money, you have no importance. If you have no money, you have no worth. Nobody will care for you. Nobody means the society, some of the man will never have any care for you. So that is why the poet says that the money is the maker and signifier of, it is the maker and signifier of worth and importance, human worth and importance today. But that is ignoble, what I feel. That should not be given much more importance, because money will never give you a good man. A moneyed man is not a good man. A moneyed man is not a good man. He has money, no doubt. You mark students, a beggar has importance. A beggar has importance if he has that humility, if he has that importance, human importance. But a moneyed man has no importance in the society, what I think. But so far as today's world is concerned, so far as modern world is concerned, so far as materialistic world is concerned, the poet gives rise to the role of money. The role of money, the importance of money that we face, that the human beings face. So this is the personalized view in such a decadence, in such a state of deprivation. The poet sticks to money. This is not only the poet's feeling, but also the feeling of every moneyed man. The feeling of every moneyed man. Dear students, The money gives you a psychic behavior. Money changes your behavior. Psychologically, you are attached to it. You are attracted towards it. Money, money, money is sweeter than honey and brighter than sunshine. Money, money, money. Money is brighter than sunshine and sweeter than honey today. So this is one of the subjects, one of the vital, significant thing that today's man, modern man, materialistic man and women stick to. Sometimes the money creates chromatophobia. See, this is a very good term. You write down chromato. CHROMETO, chromatophobia. PHOBIA. This is a very good term. It creates fear, phobia, chromatophobia in the individual's mind. In the mind of the individual, chromatophobia, one type of a fear. One type of fear. If you have money, you fear your son, you fear your daughter, you fear everybody. If you have money. If you have no money, you have no fear. You mark students. If you have money, you will go on fearing your sons and daughters, the members of your family. But you have no money, you have no fear. So that is why money creates chromatophobia. Money creates a chromatophobia in the minds of the moneyed man. So many of the things are there in the poem. I will analyze the poem line by line, one by one. I will tell you. So many of the things are there. So you mark, students, the poem is written in free verse form. So this is the introduction of the poem. I tell you, poem is written by D.H. Lawrence, the British writer, novelist, and he gives his personalized view. He gives his personalized view, personal view, which has already been accepted by all. That is accepted by all. Or the thing is universal. Thing is universal. Or it is a general conception. It is a general notion. It is a general conception. The poet wants to say. Dear students, you mark the very title of the poem, Money Madness. Money Madness. The very title of the poem, Television. You mark. The title of the poem is very important. The focus is laid on it. The focus is laid on it. Money madness, madness for money, craze for money, greed for money, thirst for money, hunger for money, lust for money, LUST, lust for money is there in the mind of the individual man. And the poet discards it. The poet says that money can never determine the human life. Money can never give you humility. Money can never give you the ample opportunity to be a man. So manhood is different, humility is different, rationality is different, but it has nothing to do with the money. But you mark, today if you have no money, nobody will care for you. The society will finger at you because you are a beggar, you are a poor man. No, but you have no seat in the society. You will have no respectable seat in the society if you are moneyless, without having any money. Dear students, so it has devoured, the money has devoured all the manhood. You mark, it has devoured, it has engulfed the manhood and the humanity, rationality. All sorts of things have already been devoured by this monetary world, this money, and the money has a negative impact in the life of the human being. It gives a negative impact. So, you come to the poem itself. The poem means the money. The money madness, money itself is a metaphor because it gives you a different meaning. It is used for a particular purpose, but it gives you a different meaning. And that is why it is called a metaphor. We find a metaphorical conception related to this money madness. You come to the poem. We will discuss some of the lines of the poem today. We come to the poem. The text. Money is our madness, our vast collective madness. Money is our madness. You mark the plurality of the line. The poet never says that is my business, that is my work, that is my duty, or that is my obligation for money. I have my obligation for money. I have no obligation for the society, for the family, but I have my obligation for the money. I have my love for the money. So is it possible? Will it determine the human nature? Will it determine the human nature? Will it make you a man in the true sense of the term in the society? A man in the true sense of the term. So that is why the poet says, money is our madness. Money is our madness. What type of madness this is? This is our vast collective madness. Everybody wants money today. Everybody wants money. Because without money, you cannot live. You cannot go outside without money. You cannot make a journey without money. You cannot live, you cannot eat, you cannot fill your belly. So money is our collective madness. Money is our madness and a collective madness. And of course, if the multitude is mad, the individual carries his own grain of insanity around with it. If the multitude is mad, if everybody is mad, if all the men and women are mad, they hanker after money, they have importance in this materialistic world, if they say, then every individual carries the sense of insanity. Every individual carries the sense of insanity mark. Every individual is mad. Everybody is mad, all are mad. Same thing. Everybody is mad, all are mad. So that is why, as if we have been mad too, hanker after money. We have been begotten to hanker after money, to show our immense love for money, as if we have been mad, M-A-D. But no, we have our own importance. And the poet has studied, the poet has found out the importance of man, the importance of a human being on the earth today. Money is not the matter, it is not the matter. Money is not the matter at all. So that is why the poet has given much more importance on the dehumanizing aspect of the money and the humility of the individual man and the rationality we have. Nowadays you mark students, the men are going beastly. The men become beasts. Sometimes the beasts become men. So in one of the novels, A Tiger for Malgudi, written by R.K. Narayan. A Tiger for Malgudi gives you very good thing. A tiger behaves like a man in true sense of the man in true sense of the term, not an ordinary man. Not an ordinary man at all. I am not focusing on the ordinary man. The man in the true sense of the term. The tiger behaves like a man in the true sense of the term. When man becomes beastly, the beasts become manly. You mark. The man becomes beastly and the beasts become manly. And in modern world, in this materialistic world, the people become beasts, brutal. They are very brutal. They are beasts. They have enveloped their own humility, rationality, all sorts of things, manhood, all sorts of things are no more found with them. So that is why when you mark, when a man becomes a beast, nothing is expected of him. When a beast becomes a man, it is always welcome, in true sense of the term. When a beast enters a human body, you mark, when a beast enters a human body, it becomes, or he becomes more bestial than the beast itself. You mark, students. When a beast enters the human body, he becomes, that human being becomes more bestial than the beast itself. But when a man enters into a beast, when a man enters a beast, at that time you will welcome him. So the poet wants to point out the decadence of the modern society, the hallucination of the modern society, the hallucination, the decadence of the modern society, and how the modern society has craze for unnecessary things. It is very difficult to spend time in this materialistic world. No such a congenial world is there where you can have your breath, where you can breathe. But how can we keep our body and soul together? Body and soul. How can I keep our body and soul together in this world? So we have developed a sense of craze for the materialistic world, for the money. That is not at all the individual's craze, the craze of the multitude, the craze of the masses, the craze of the people in a large number. So anyhow, today I analyze the things, give you the introduction and explore 1-2 lines. In the next class I will discuss many of the things. Thank you.